Hi everyone, and welcome to Acrylic Creations by J. Whitty. My name is Janet and I'm the artist behind the artwork that you're about to see. This is my first official YouTube video, and I wanted to take a few moments just to show you some of my work and tell you a little bit about myself and show you my home art studio that I'm very proud of. My first ever painting was done back when I was 17 years old. During the summer, my sister and I took art lessons, and our first assignment was to paint a tree. I don't know whatever happened to that painting. I'm now almost 60, and after that summer, I never picked up a paintbrush again until I was in my mid-50s because, you know, life happens. So when we created this space, which is now my art studio, it used to be our guest bedroom. My very first creation in this studio was this piece right here. I just wanted to pay tribute to my 17-year-old self, and so I picked up a paintbrush again and put it to canvas, and this is what I created. I got back into art in about my mid-50s, and I spent several years, or well, maybe 2 years, creating some more acrylic paintings. And then again, I stopped, and it wasn't until the beginning of the pandemic that I began to research art once again, because I've always had a fascination with it, and I came across acrylic pouring. When I did pick up a paintbrush again in my mid-50s, these are some of the images of some of the stuff that I had created here. I just love abstract, and I'm just fascinated with it. This piece right here is basically my self-portrait. There's a long story behind it, but I won't bore you with that right now. But like I was saying, during the beginning of the pandemic, I got interested in acrylic pour painting and became fascinated and studied it for several months. And then around my birthday, my husband decided, let's go get you what you need to get you started. So these are some of my creations that I've made. This one I refer to as Synergy, I named it Synergy of an Angel. What fascinates me about acrylic pours is the magic that happens when the paint hits the canvas, and it just kind of creates all on its own. I mean, you help it along a little bit, but you have no control over it. And I think that's what fascinates me the most, because in life, as we all know, you really don't have control. You do, but you don't. So these are some of my works of art that I'm very proud of, that I have created since the pandemic. I know it's kind of hard to see, those are up kind of high. But everything comes out so different, and you can think that you have a plan. You can think you know what it's going to turn out to be like, and it never does. It surprises me even, and I'm the one pouring the paint. So there's another creation there. Up here are some of my originals, the very first ones I've done. I have probably over 100 canvases now of creations that I have made. This just acrylic pour painting is just incredible, and I'm very proud of my work. And here's some more over here. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera up high enough. This one, well, it looks black, but it was very vibrant when it was dry, unfortunately, or when it was wet, but unfortunately it's not like that now. So that's why it's kind of up over the door, because it's just a reminder that not every day is gonna be a good day when it comes to painting, but you have to believe. You just have to believe. So this right here is another piece that I'm extremely proud of. This is my golden eagle, and it's actually done with a technique called using a hot glue gun. I've never drawn an eagle in my life before, and I sketched what I thought looked like an eagle onto the canvas and then went over that sketching with a hot glue gun, allowed for that to dry, then applied gesso, allowed for that to dry, and then went ahead and proceeded to paint. So it is very textured, but he's my pride and joy. This right here is my neon god, so to speak. Anyways, my neon heart, another piece that I love. Down here is another technique I used. This was created using nothing but a palette knife. I textured the canvas before applying paint, and then I applied everything that you see and created with nothing but the palette knife. So that's pretty interesting. This is my Mosaic tree of life. Very vibrant, very brightly colored. And I was just in a whimsical mood that day, I guess. This is another acrylic pour creation that I did. And I was playing around with color choices. I used titanium white, bright yellow, and Payne's gray. I poured it out and then spun it. So, and what I mean by spin it is, this is the pool that I have where all of my creations covered in plastic right now, but where I create everything. And underneath this plastic, there's a bunch of paint in there, is a turntable. And so some of the art does get spun, which is fun. Kind of reminds me of my, when you're a kid and had those little spinner art things. Here's another one of my creations. This one's entitled Reaching for Nebular. I just got into a zone that day, and this is what appeared. And then I decided, well, you know, let me try 3D effect. So that's my first attempt at a 3D effect. Again, this is another one that I had created using a hot glue gun, and then using what they call a wash. It's where it's like a real watered down paint that you apply to the canvas. This creation is very emotional for me, so, but there it is. I think it speaks for itself. And then, after I had created my my eagle, I created this little guy. It's my snowy owl. Again, I've never attempted to sketch anything out on canvas before. This was my first attempt. Did the sketch, applied the hot glue, the gesso, and then I painted. So again, another creation of mine that I just amazed myself with, and I'm very proud of. And then over here, I decided, well, let's go ahead and play with blending colors and playing with paint brushes and strokes and all of that. So I had wanted to just kind of create something different. Most of my work is abstract to a degree, but I like the way it came out, and I like my color choices in this particular painting. So anyways, as I get up, and let me show you, this is where I keep all of my color choices, all of my blending and mixing and mediums and all of that. Oh, and up here, actually this piece right here is not one of my creations, but it was created for me by my grandchild. These on the counter here are just canvas panels. And again, blending techniques, playing around with that. Just got really in a funky mood that day. Mountains are really hard to paint. They really are hard to paint, but there you go. And my daughter had created that for me. So, and then of course, again, that abstract thing. And this really doesn't need any kind of an explanation. It just, I think, speaks for itself. So anyways, there you have it. This is my art studio. This is where the magic happens. My videos to follow will actually be videos of me working so that you can see how the creation, or magic I should say, happens. And so if you're interested, if you like my work, if you want to see more of what I do, and you want to actually watch me as I do it, please hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit that little bell for notifications, and you'll actually start getting to see me post videos of me and work, me at work. And so thank you so much for taking your time to watch. I'm glad you were here, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. So y'all take care now. Bye-bye.